the Pod Network Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, hindi ko lalaro in this episode. Our very special musical guest. Let's all welcome Starship.
And we can build this earth together. Stand and stop forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Which is so weird. Because this song actually comes from a soundtrack. So I don't know how many songs.
Oh wait, was this Mannequin?
Mannequin,
right? Yeah, from the 80s.
So it's parang like, it's so weird that a soundtrack song would actually figure prominently in another soundtrack. Isn't that the most meta thing you've heard of?
It's really the formula now. Have you noticed that like so many new movies, whatever they might be, use songs from the 80s or the 70s either to figure in a trailer or to figure in the movie itself. It started out with, I would think, like Thor Ragnarok, diba? They used Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song. And then you also saw it in Suicide Squad. They used Bohemian Rhapsody, just a Panic at the Disco version of it. And then so on and so forth. Now, all of these, like, action films would now have 80s or 70s music that would
I know, I get that thing. Like, for example, using old music. Diba? Guardians,
of course.
Figured very prominently.
Right.
Or either they use old songs or they get current artists to remake
cover
old songs. Diba? Pero ito kasi, it's for me. I don't know unless
because galing na siya ng previous soundtrack.
Kasi literally, soundtrack movie siya. So parang it's so weird hearing it kasi especially for the people na inabutan yung Mannequin. For the young ones, wala, it's just another song. Pero the ones na inabutan yung Mannequin, parang ako kasi talaga when I hear this song, the first thing that comes to mind is Andrew McCarthy and Samantha Jones, Kim Cattrall, na parang like, oh my gosh, like this is Kim Mannequin. This is Mannequin. So it's so trippy to hear it.
But I'm
fairly
sure this wasn't the only movie that's done it.
Yun nga meron na ba? Ito lang kasi yung naaalala ko because it just happened. But
ang high profile lang din kasi ng Thunderbolts.
Like for example, if another movie down the line uses, for example, Take My Breath Away.
Danger Zone or something.
Oh, yun, ganun, di ba? Like Take My Breath Away. Na hindi Top Gun, ha? Like another movie randomly uses Take My Breath Away. Or a title track. Like, can you imagine like
or
a movie
alam ko na.
Loose
or something like you use My Heart Will Go On in another movie other than Titanic.
Or I Will Always Love You from Whitney Houston's Bodyguard.
Right, from the Bodyguard.
Wala lang.
Yeah, medyo.
But anyway.
But okay, welcome to Only Fun. His name is Chico Garcia.
And his name is Gino Killiamore. And if we seem a little overly excited, I don't know. Like I am.
Today is a great day. It's a great day.
Like, you know me, I'm known to gush, pero not often, not OA.
Right.
But I
mean, there are certain people I can think of that you gush about na medyo OA.
Iba yun eh. Parang ibang gush yun eh.
May moisture involved.
Iba yun eh. Yun yung magpapalit ako ng panty line.
Okay. Before we actually start talking about it, don't worry, we're not gonna spoil anything because the minute that this episode of our podcast comes out, it also comes out on the same day that is the release date for Thunderbolts in the Philippines. So
we should have an emoji for that. Ang emoji natin for non-spoilers.
Wow. You really put a lot of thought into this, huh? Damn. Did you have a whole team come up with this concept?
Yes. Meron akong think tank.
Okay.
Di ba meron?
Alam mo, even after that, I was like, wow, that was really sarcastic, Gino. I was like, yeah. You kind of
I would not expect, I would feel something's wrong. Baka nagtatampo ka sa akin pag hindi ka sarcastic sa akin. I feel at home when you're sarcastic. Okay, all is well. All is well. In the
all right, so again, as a reminder, no spoilers. But we will talk about, the general theme of Thunderbolts. But again, nothing that will ruin the plot. Okay?
yes, all we will say is that I don't know. I haven't been this excited to talk
Excited?
about a movie in a while. In a
Okay, yeah.
while. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah.
you know us, like we'll find a way to say something very neutral about a movie that we didn't like, and we
That's
will
true.
gush when it's something that we really
That
really
we
like.
really, really, really enjoy. Also,
Pero
let's
yung pag
highlight that.
ganito,
I
yeah,
want to highlight that real quick. Um, we do have a way of being neutral about movies we don't necessarily like.
just to be nice.
Okay. Just to be nice because we don't want to be evil. You know what I mean? We know that a lot of work goes into these films, and we know that a lot of work goes, from the actors to the cast and crew. So we try to be neutral about it. But I feel like if you listen to us enough, you'll know when we're actually like really happy about something.
Tsaka you know
And
why we're nice about it? Kasi alam mo
uh,
yung minsan yung
gusto
talagang
namin,
pinaghirapan mo talaga yung episode nung show nyo
uh,
na pag like pagbubutihan mo, iisip ka ng
uh,
magandang topic, tapos pour your heart out into it. Tapos merong mokong na biglang ibabash ka na parang like ang pangit nung ginawa niya. So we know how it feels. So we try
exactly.
to be nice. We try
And
to be nice.
And since we're on, the whole, I guess, angle of being honest about things, we also still want to be invited to other things. You know what I mean? Diba? Because maybe this project isn't so great, but the other project is really great. So,
But
pag
nakatagpo kami ng project that we really, really love, we're not going to hold back. So
That's true.
Suffice it to say, I promise you, I'm not even being OA about this. This is one of the best MCU movies I have watched. I'm not even saying post Endgame, as in like I'm just talking
just in
MCU
general.
In general.
Oh wow!
Like
okay.
This is so much fun, and I really enjoyed it on so many levels. Yung the fun part, yes. The action part, yes. You know how like sometimes one of the things that people say about the MCU, yung parang sometimes it's starting to feel like a template. Yung parang meron ng sinusunod na template na.
Parang wedding SD.
Diba? Oo, hindi totoo. Yung parang, ito na yung part
dapat
na serious.
Dapat shot ng spinning rings. Diba?
Ito na yung part na magpapatawa sila. Tapos, ito na yung mga post-credit scene. Ganito, ganyan. And, okay, I'll be honest. Meron talagang ganon. And sometimes it's like, you feel like they're going through the motions na parang, but, okay, when I watched Thunderbolts, yes, all of those templates were present.
Boxes were ticked, yeah.
But the difference for me was that none of it felt forced. Like it felt
this all
like
felt so real.
Yung parang organic siya. Like the early MCU. Kasi diba, like for fans like us, we're parang meron tayong golden age that we always harken back to.
Of course,
yeah.
That's why everybody's saying like, diba, even the early reviews are all like, oh, Marvel's back. It's always, we're back.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yung parang we're back to where we were, which is so wonderful. But we kind of like, we kind of like lost it a little bit. Pero parang like, it doesn't feel like they're trying to be anything. It's not like they're trying to be phase 2 or phase 3 or whatever.
Right.
It's more like it was just going back to telling a nice story. The writing is amazing. The acting was unbelievable. My gosh, like what? It was like
okay. To be fair, when you get somebody like Florence Pugh, you know what I mean? Like, come on, we all know that she's such a great actress in all of the other things that she does, and suffice it to say, hindi na sayang yung galing niya dito.
Ako sa acting, it's really like there's this triumvirate that I am just gushing like a broken dam over.
Wow. Okay, that's
Florence Pugh, of course. Parang meme na. Si Florence Pugh, obviously. Louis Pullman.
Louis friggin' Pullman. I did not expect that level of performance from the guy who plays Bob also in Maverick. You know what I mean? Na parang who had such a... Because I'm trying to think of any other things that I've seen him in, and I don't think I have, or I don't remember.
Well, I've seen him in other shows, movies,
I'm sure you have.
But I have never seen those abs before.
Ayun. Ito yung...
Hindi ko alam na may ganun
Ito yung-
siya. Ano
ito yung
nangyari?
mga-
Saan galing yun?
Ito yung mga formula na tinik ng Marvel. We already know that they've done this with Chris Pratt, diba, for Guardians of the Galaxy. They did it with, obviously Chris Hemsworth for Thor. They did it with Chris Evans, Paul Rudd.
Diba?
Yeah.
Alam mo yung iba kasi, alam mo talagang it's like thirst trap. For example,
Right.
the first Captain America, when
the
Steve
touching of the
Rogers came
pectorals.
out,
Yeah.
na talagang touching of the pectorals and all shiny
I
and
mean,
baby oily.
But
I
can
get
you
it,
really
right?
blame Peggy though? I mean, I would probably do the
I
same.
know.
I could be
Tapos,
like, hey.
Tapos Thor, 'di ba? Yung that shirtless scene from Thor 1, 'di ba? Yeah. Ito, what makes it special? Pinasilip lang eh. Like hindi naman siya talagang literally 2 seconds.
Hindi binulgar. Hindi binulgar.
Girl, talaga 2 seconds. Alam mo yung talagang parang like, hala, wala ka pang biglang wala na. Tapos na.
That part we can actually talk about because it's already in the trailer. It's already in the teaser.
Yes.
So there's a scene there where basically Bob gets shot up and his shirt gets torn, obviously because of, bullets and whatever. And hindi kasi siya full-on shirtless scene. So it's just like tattered.
Tuloy ako.
Napainom yung lola mo eh. So tattered yung lower half of his shirt just enough to reveal what Lewis Pullman has been working on.
Been hiding and depriving us of.
I'm starting to wonder kasi it's a Maverick naka-t-shirt. He was the only dude in that beach scene where he had a shirt on. Diba? So I don't know. And I'm assuming, well, at least from what I remember of it, he had a little bit of fat in Maverick. Pero dito kita mo na chiseled na yung jaw niya and whatever.
And okay, you know what?
But outside of that, his actual performance was really
amazing.
Really amazing. Yeah.
Okay, before we go back to that thought, and my third, sabi ko triumvirate too. Florence Pugh, Lewis Pullman, and my gosh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Like, I love, kasi di ba dati parang lang siya, pasulpot-sulpot lang. Hindi siya, they didn't give her enough meat and bones to, and she's so good. From Seinfeld as Elaine to Veep, di ba na, Diyos ko, humahakot siya ng Emmy Awards for Veep. And to a big degree, this is almost like a version of her character in Veep.
Yeah.
Kasi siya doon eh, boss lady din siya doon. So, those three, my gosh, they are so good.
Ito yung mahirap eh, because you already narrowed it down to like the triumvirate, right? But you also can't take away from how good David Harbour was. Na parang,
yeah.
He has this, and I was able to attend the virtual press con for Thunderbolts. Yes. And one of the things that he actually brought up was that in terms of the Red Guardian, there's almost this like sort of dog-like I guess warmth that comes from Red Guardian. Alam mo yung parang okay, he's
innocent. Alam mo yung parang
innocent eh.
Hindi
like,
siya innocent pero innocent gets. Yung
right.
Parang,
like that he's got a heart of gold and he makes a lot of mistakes but he's also very lovable. Alam mo yung ganun.
And speaking of cause
John Walker was also really good here. Like he was such a believable asshole.
mas nagkaroon siya ng layers dito.
Right. Yeah.
Kasi di ba dati parang he was just, the jerk. He was the a-hole. He was the, But some here, parang nagkaroon siya ng parang, you know what I mean?
Parang may backstory. Alam mo yung ganun na parang, like, just to let you know why he is the way he is. And my God, ito yung, okay, the thing with most Marvel movies is you go to a Marvel movie because it's, it's action-packed, it's exciting, it's an adventure or whatever. Never did I think, and I'm so amazed at how they were able to balance it. Okay, because Thunderbolts is essentially a movie about mental health. There's really a lot of mental health aspects that are there. And if you read the comic books, you know why. Like, essentially Bob, Sentry's character, he's really mentally unstable. And that's his, kumbaga, wala siyang actual weakness. Yung actual weakness niya is he's very mentally unstable. Even in the comic book. And of course, I knew that they would touch up on that. But I figured na parang, well, it's a Marvel movie, so how deep can they really go? But I was so surprised at how they did not shy away from really talking about it. They really did not shy away from what it's like struggling with, whether it's depression, anxiety, the loneliness, and whatever. And still somehow not make it feel like a drama movie.
That's what I was going to say. Para siyang yung like we touched on it na parang about it not feeling forced. When I noticed that, nasabi ko, wow, this is pretty heavy on mental health.
Yeah.
And let's face it, in especially post pandemic, parang come to the forefront yung issue ng mental health. Ang problem is that parang naging ano rin siya, like one of the quote unquote woke parang woke things. Eh, diba, now we're at a very vacillating na we're always
kumbaga, bantay na tayo for anything.
Oo, na parang like dati woke yung the way to go, ngayon naman very conservative, and I wouldn't be surprised kung maya-maya bumaligtad na naman. So very volatile rin. So to a degree very sentry din. Hindi mo alam kung what are you going to get today. Are you going to get this version or that version? But yeah, I must say, when they started getting into it, there's really this like, are they going to make this about mental health? But to be honest, naisip ko lang siya after watching the movie. Kasi while you're there, you're
so engrossed in it.
Hindi mo siya
lumilitaw.
Na parang like, ay nako, nagme-mental health kasi uso. Hindi, you don't get it at all.
It's really just part of the story.
It's really just part of the story. Largely, again, maybe the writing, maybe the acting, because it feels so real. Hello, thank you, Florence. But yun, like, totoo yun.
Na parang, I must say, like, for me, obviously, because I'm such a fan of ScarJo, who's also a terrific actress. Actor. Let's not take it away from her. But alam mo yung parang for me, it was so hard to replace Nat because she had so many, and she's so badass and she looks so great in that suit. But I gotta say, like after this, I'm like, okay, well, welcome to Marvel, Florence Pugh. Like it, I'm so happy to, not that I own it, but I'm so happy to welcome her into my MCU universe in my head.
Yes.
Because she was so good at making it real. Alam mo yun, na parang...
Yeah, exactly.
Diba?
Tsaka parang like, for me talaga, parang, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's really this question na parang with the pillars of the MCU gone.
Yeah, MCU, yeah.
Parang like, can we really have an Avengers even if you put all the Avengers back? Na parang, yung parang lahat ng mga natitira na Avengers na put everybody there. Will it ever match the Avengers, the first time that the Avengers got together? And obviously, you're not going to get the same thing. Pero I must say, that fear of mine, like, it has been quieted with this movie. Kasi sa akin, parang like, if you tell me this is one part of the Avengers, obviously there's going to be more. But like, ito palang solve na ako. Kahit sabi mo na, yung, only because, like, these are characters we don't know. And we know that it's been done before with Guardians of the Galaxy. When Guardians came out, nobody knew who they were. And just like the Guardians that came out was not the original Guardians lineup. Si Yondu lang yung nasa original na Guardians.
And even in the Guardians movies, he's a side character. Yeah.
So, di ba, sa Thunderbolts, if you read Thunderbolts, hindi rin naman itong mga taong to yung mga nandun eh. It's a different set altogether. So
it's Osborn, di ba? Who's Norman Osborn, who heads it, right? Tama ba?
Alam ko there's an... Kasi di ba naging Dark Avengers sila, tapos parang yun yung parang pumalit sa Thunderbolts, etc. But, you know what I mean? Like parang...
And I was expecting...
They were able to, like, honestly, hindi ko, like, if you walk into it, na hindi mo sila kilala, hindi mo kilala si US Agent, and you're like, who are these people? Why am I even like lining up at the theaters to watch this when wala namang kilala? Well, maybe Florence Pugh. But my gosh, by the end of the movie, like parang friends, barkada mo na silang lahat. And that's the testament for me that the movie succeeded. Kasi parang you care for them already. You're invested in them.
That I expected them to rely heavily on Bucky. That it would be Sebastian Stan because he's the most established character in this entire show. Like
Siya yung
he's the
nandun
one
sa original, di ba? Siya yung
exactly. So,
nasa...
kumbaga, isa siya dun sa mga pillars, di ba?
Oh, can I just say, since
But
na-mention mo rin,
he's not even the focal point of
no, at all.
Thunderbolts.
Parang nga siyang supporting eh. Can I just go back to what you said? Diba yung we got to attend nga the global press con of Thunderbolts. And I got a lot out of it. I got a lot of like information, data, conclusions, realizations. Pero for me, the one takeaway talaga that I got from it is bagay kay Sebastian Stan yung skinhead.
Kalbo siya. Oh,
bagay na ba?
So, medyo malakas yun.
Medyo na-take my breath away ako doon. Parang, kasi dito long hair siya.
Na parang,
bakit wala siyang buhok?
Why is he skinhead all of a sudden? Is it like a...
Pero bagay. Maybe for a role?
I guess when you're Sebastian Stan, you know what I mean? You can pull it off. But I swear, again, it's such a kasi okay when you're talking about something as serious as mental health, right? You kind of expect a certain tone to it. Na yun nga, it becomes more drama than than anything else. I mean, I guess if you're a comedian, you can make fun of it or whatever. But here, they were able to balance it so well. Now they didn't make fun of it, but they discussed it thoroughly. But also, it was not the only thing they were talking about. And it didn't take away from the enjoyment of the actual movie. So, ang galing ng pagka-balance nito. And my God,
I can't even. Ito talaga, I will like stake my whatever. If you trust whatever it is that I say, trust me on this. It's a really, really good movie. I won't even say good MCU movie. I'll just say it's just a good movie.
Yeah.
And one more
but you know what else I noticed? Quickly lang. I have this, I guess, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something here that's going on that they haven't really quite explained yet. If we hearken back to Brave New World, remember at the start, they never showed the Marvel fanfare. But here, they showed it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big thing to miss out on. You know what I mean? That's a pretty big... So I'm starting to wonder, is there something there that is not being said? Na parang, with Brave New World, there's no Marvel fanfare. But for Thunderbolts, meron. So I'm really trying to, I don't know, I guess figure it out na bakit. Because that's such an essential part of all Marvel films. Na meron yung Marvel na, you know, at the start, dun,
yeah.
Dun, and then they customize it to whatever movie it actually is, right? So I found it so weird. Even when I watched Brave New World, nawala yun. And then all of a sudden, akala ko parang they were like, okay, because next phase na, let's take out the Marvel fanfare. And then they brought it for Thunderbolts, and it's there. So I'm like, what's happening here? And I'm pretty sure that, you know, somebody in editing didn't just forget to put the Marvel fanfare. Diba? So maybe there's something there. I don't know. Like, maybe we can go back to this eventually.
Sige. And ako naman, just one last. I didn't realize until later on na yun nga na parang like na that John Walker, the actor who played John Walker, is the kid of Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
Tapos that Louis Pullman is the son of Bill Pullman. And here, sobrang gets mo na.
He's the son of Bill Pullman?
Hello, kamukha niya. Pag nakita mo, pag pinapanood mo siya, you're like,
I don't know.
Oh my gosh,
see...
it's like I'm watching Bill Pullman.
When I see Bill Pullman, kasi I remember Independence Day. Like that age na, not the young Bill Pullman.
As in, kamukha niya si Bill Pullman. Like especially once you know that he's the son of Bill Pullman. But like watching him, like, oh my gosh, the nose, the mouth. It's like watching a batak younger version of
Bill Pullman.
And syempre, no una, I was like, puro mga anak ng mga actors. Like, you know, it's like, really? Like, baka naman there are people who are like better
suited for it. No?
Oo, diba, na mas deserve nila. Oh my gosh, like, I get it. Even if
they were so good.
Parang for me, whether it played into the decision to get them or not, it doesn't matter because Oh my gosh, they were so good.
They
And
did
like
it.
I said, sobrang revelation for me ni Louis Pullman. He could headline a movie easily. Ang like meron siyang star quality, number 1, 2, he can act. He can act. Ang galing nung mga those nuances, yung the way he switches,
just the way he shifts,
so good.
and in the same scene. Like it's not even a cut to. It's in the same scene that he'll shift, and then you'll really see na parang, oh, he's going from
this to that
or whatever. Yeah.
Pero like it's, I don't even know. Like it's so
I'm
hard.
so excited to watch it again. I'm so excited to watch it again
because it's so good. Tapos alam mo yung no shade to the other movies, pero yung at the end of it, meron ka pa ring feeling na parang like, okay, where are we going? Like, where are we going? You're not really sure like where we're going.
Yeah.
This is the first
na merong, you know where we're going.
Na parang like,
okay.
Oh my
May direction
God,
na tayo.
Where we're going. And I'm so excited. Like, I know where we're going and I love where we're going.
Right?
Like, I swear the ang tagal na I would get goosebumps and I would gasp audibly while watching. It's been so long na parang like I was so excited. I was so excited.
For the longest time, it always felt like each and every single movie was disconnected from whatever movies were coming out. This is the first time in a while na, okay, we're working towards something bigger. So, please watch. So with that in mind, there are 2 post-credit scenes.
Yes.
And it's the longest post-credit scene for any Marvel film ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Ever. Yeah.
Para na siyang movie.
Yes. Medyo movie.
Okay.
But yeah, keep that in mind. 2 post-credit scenes. Check it out. Marvel Studios Thunderbolts is now in cinemas as of the release of this podcast. So you can check it out. Is it something that you have to watch in IMAX? Personally, I don't think so. Like, I think you can watch it in a regular cinema. But I mean, obviously, like with IMAX, like it just, makes everything better, I guess. But
bigger, better.
Just my 2 cents. Like, you don't need IMAX for it, but it makes it, a little bit more immersive.
But definitely try to catch it in the theaters. And
before spoilers come out.
Yes. Yun, I was going to say, it's a very spoilery movie. There are so many things to spoil, from the plot to basta something, and then the scenes at the end. There are so many things to spoil. So I suggest you watch it as early as you can.
Yeah.
As early as you can.
So of course, we want to thank our partners, the Pod Network Entertainment. You can check us out on social media. Ito na, mag-May na, malapit tayo mag-post, no? At Chico Garcia for him, at Gina.Killiamore for me, at OnlyFunPH for the show.
All right, so thank you for checking us out. Bye.
See ya.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.